Well, Ontario Deputy NDP leader Jagmeet Singh officially announced his candidacy for the leadership of the federal New Democrats. He ended months of speculation with his announcement in Brampton, and he becomes the 5th official candidate to replace Tom Mulcair when the party votes for a new leader this fall. And Jagmeet Singh joins us now from Ottawa. Jagmeet, thank you for being here today. Let's go back to early January. When we spoke to you, people were suggesting that perhaps you'd take the next step and eventually become the next leader of the Ontario NDP, but you've chosen the route to go federally. Why do you think you're the right man to lead the NDP?
First of all, Ben, how's it going? It's good to see you. It's weird that we're in Ottawa and you're in Toronto. It would be good to see you in person. You know what? It's been a long journey. It took me a while to get to this point. I met with activists and community organizers across the country, and I was really honored by how excited they were for me to jump in the race. So it took me a while to hear people's thoughts, and I'm really excited by our opportunity in Ontario. I mean, Andrew Horwath is going to be the next premier, so I was really excited by that opportunity. So it took me some time to figure out what I wanted to do, but eventually it came down to we want to build an inclusive movement in Canada that really builds a Canada where everyone can realize their dreams, and that's really what we're hoping to achieve.
Jagmeet, what differentiates you from the other candidates in the field? Because you've been watching them this whole time, and yet you've chosen now. You must have said to yourself, there's something that I can do that they are not offering.
Well, I think they're all great candidates, but I think that when it comes to building a broad coalition, engaging young people, really getting out there and connecting with all Canadians, I think that's something that I can do, and our team has shown that we can do, and that's what we bring to the table that's different.
You know, obviously, your first goal would be to become leader of the federal NDP, but you don't do that unless you think that you can take your party from third place to first place and form a government in Canada, and you would replace the Liberals in Ottawa. What are you offering that the Liberals aren't doing right now?
Well, what we noticed is that under Justin Trudeau's leadership, we thought we were getting a really progressive government. And a lot of people believe that. And I think that at the end of the day, Justin Trudeau means well. But if you look at what's actually happening, it's not really that progressive vision, that forward-thinking vision for all Canadians that we had hoped. When it comes to precarious employment, the issue they talked about back in January, Justin Trudeau doesn't seem to really get that people are struggling to get permanent, full-time, secure employment, and he thinks that it's okay to accept the reality that people won't get that. I don't think that's acceptable. We look at the Indigenous issues of reconciliation and murdered and missing Aboriginal women. We are not seeing this government actually take those issues seriously. There's 3 orders from the Canadian Human Rights Tribunal, 3 compliance orders that Justin Trudeau has violated. And so we're not seeing that sentiment that people felt the government would bring forward. We're not really seeing that progressive action. And then electoral reform. That's something that people really wanted to have implemented. People really felt that their voices were not being heard in Parliament, that when they voted, that they weren't seeing that representation of their vote. And to betray that promise, to break that promise that Justin Trudeau made, that this would be the last election under that form of system, it was something that really hurt people. And I think that the difference is that we as New Democrats, we will follow through on our convictions. We'll follow through on our principles, not just campaign on them, but actually implement them.
Jagmeet, do you feel that you have an uphill battle here? You're the last person to join the race. A lot of these candidates have money behind them. They've got teams that are assembled. They've got supporters already. They're mobilized. What do you have to do to catch up in those departments?
Listen, I've never backed down from a challenge. I'm not afraid of challenges. We have an amazing team, and I think that's important to highlight that you can't do anything on your own. The team that we built is truly a national team. We have people from coast to coast who are excited about building this broad coalition, a really inclusive team to reflect an inclusive Canada. So we're not worried about being the last to enter right now, and there might be someone else that enters afterwards, but not worried about that. We're just really focused on doing everything we can to spend time listening to Canadians, connecting with them, vibing with them. It's so important that we build this team and build a movement that reflects all Canadians, and we're excited that we can do that.
Jagmeet Singh, you entering the race, no surprise to us here at Your Morning, but we look forward to seeing what you bring to this race, and we hope you come back to Your Morning to talk about it soon.
Absolutely, look forward to it.